For a while now, I've been meaning to take a closer look at the world of Nintendo figures. Hey everyone, so for some time now I've been buying the world of Nintendo figures. These are a line of toys being produced by Jakks Pacific that have been released periodically throughout the last few years. I'm not too sure how many series exist in total, but there are many series that take a look at different Nintendo characters from different Nintendo video games. While the majority of the characters are Mario related, in the last few months they have started releasing more characters from different Nintendo video games. So the thing that I wanted to talk about first and foremost is that they are an amazing option for collectors that don't necessarily want to spend the money on something like a Nendoroid or an SH Figuarts figure, something like that, or like a Figma figure even. They tend to be a minimum of $50, and rightfully they cost that much because they do come with a lot of decent accessories, but Jakks Pacific is offering up a pretty decent product in that they only cost about $10 to $15. They still have a great degree of posability, and they do still come with either one or sometimes two accessories per figure. Now, Jakks Pacific does make a range of different figures, that is, figures in different formats. So you do have the 1.5 to 2 inch scale figures that I have represented here by Wind Waker Link. He obviously has very limited posability. These ones I don't really recommend because they are very static figures and you can't really pose them all that much. And these figures here, while they are on the cheaper side, usually less than $10, they don't necessarily have the same degree of detail as, say, an amiibo. Definitely amiibos have the same appeal to the smaller Jakks Pacific World of Nintendo toys in that they have just this one static pose, but amiibos are definitely much more detailed. Now, the World of Nintendo toys that I'm specifically talking about are the 3 to 4 inch form factor toys that they release. As an example here, I also have, again, Wind Waker Link. This, again, is the smaller form factor, but this one here, as you can see, has a lot more detail and a lot more posability to him, as well as a couple of accessories. Now, with these figures, you can usually expect a lot of joints on them and a great range of movement. For example, with Link here, you do get his sword and you also get the wand there, and he has joints that are very similar to, I suppose, Figma joints. At least from appearance they look like Figma joints, but they definitely do not function just like them. Just at certain points they seem to be fairly similar. Now, looking at some other figures that I also have, I have here a version of Samus from Metroid, and I also have the Boy Inkling from Splatoon. Now, sometimes you have, due to the character design, some limited range of movement, as in the shoulders don't really move on this figure as you would expect on, say, a Figma figure where they did work that out, but there's still a lot of swivels, a lot of joints to move around, and there is still a decent amount of posability with these figures, but definitely at certain points, such as a leg spread, it's not that posable. But on the other end of the spectrum, you have something like the Boy Inkling from Splatoon, who has a lot of joints, a lot of movement, and a lot of posability with him. You can definitely move his legs and arms a great deal, but he feels kind of loose at points. But it's still nice to get something like this, something with such a great deal of posability, in something that only costs between $10 to $15 depending on what retailer you're getting them from, or if you're getting them on the secondhand market. Typically they do hold their value, sometimes some of them even go for a little bit more, And there are a couple of different ranges that Jakks Pacific produces. Like I said, there is a smaller form factor. There is the larger 3 to 4 inch form factor that does have the best type of posability to it. And then you also have larger figures that, when I say are larger, they're significantly larger. I'll try to splice in an image of the giant Link from Skyward Sword that they have produced. And that one is just pretty much an eyesore. I wouldn't recommend something like that to anybody. But these ones here, definitely if you are a Nintendo fan, if you are a collector of good quality figures, and you want to have something that will both look nice and accurate, as well as being fairly decently posable, I would highly recommend World of Nintendo figures, especially the 3 to 4 inch figure size range. And that's pretty much all I had to say. And please, if you do have any experience with World of Nintendo figures, please share your experience in the comment section below. I greatly appreciate hearing what you have to say about these figures as well. And that's it. So as always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, just put in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.